which I cut short to be Sefakor because my name is Sefakor, Grateful, Miranda, Koma, Bupo, Mei, Ama. They are all my names, so I just prefer Sefakor. And I'm from Ghana. I am a professional teacher of French, but because of some of this injustice done to the disabled, I swear to be a voluntary worker in the Ghana Society of the Physically Disabled, where I mobilize disabled in my village. I'm working with the disabled. Before we start, I would like you to brainstorm a little with this picture and just tell me what you feel from this. So you just please give me your comments on the sheet of paper given to you. Within 2 minutes, we will collect them back.
On this or?
Yes. I have.
I'm sorry, I didn't bring a pen.
Oh, you want another?
No, a pen.
Pen.
Me too.
Okay, I have 2 pens.
Okay, one for Jane, one for Jack.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to share with Albie.
Who needs a pen? Hey, one. Here. Thank you.
Thank you. Madina will go around to collect them as we are still in the presentation. My topic is challenges confronting the physically disabled students in the S.I.T municipality in Ghana. In Ghana, we have so many challenges as physically disabled, be it unemployment, be it so many disadvantages, but I would like to talk about disability sports or disabled sports, which is not in the Ghana education system in our schools. In my presentation, we'll look at the following purposes. It's to establish self-actualization, to explain sports as means to better life, and to show the difference between integration and inclusion of sports, to adapt physical activities and advocate and lobby for the Ghana government. In fact, it has been my heart desire for some time now to include Ghana sports in the Ghana Education Service. So I've started some lobbying before I came here. And in my organization, we will look at the history of disabled sports globally, and we talk about the regional aspect and the national that is limited to Ghana. Some benefits of disabled sports, some examples of disabled sports, we'll look at them, and resources which are already available, challenges, and the conclusion that I drew from my research, we'll look at that, and some recommendations for the Ghana government. Globally, what is disabled sports, or what is it in general? We realize that fortunately USA has spearheaded everything concerning disabled sports. In the 1960s to the 1970s, they started a movement which, through their struggle and efforts, federal rehabilitation came out with some implementations, which gradually today we are having the UN Convention on people with disability rights, which is a general thing global now, and we have it in almost every part of, if I'm not mistaken, in the world to include disabled in every aspect of sports. Danish sports has also come to existence, talking strongly about disabled sports. And in Africa, it is shown in African Cup of Nations, they have meetings concerning disabled sports. And finally, we have so many organizations in the world which are all talking, like EB, Sen Foundation. There are so many who are still talking about disabled sport because it is very, very important. When we limit it or narrow it down to Ghana, Ghana is not naive or it's not ignorant about disabled sports. The government is strongly aware, and through lobbying and advocacy work, there is a law now that disabled should be included, should be integrated. But there we have a problem because we are integrated to schools because Ghana has the rights of children with disability, which says children must go to school, children must have their right to play and have their leisure, have their culture, but they have not included the disabled as it is on paper. We are just integrated in the school system that go to school, but the activities in schools are not ours. We are there in school, we are seen, we are there but we are not seen, and we are there but we are not heard in terms of disabled sports in the school system. And Ghana has established so many government policies. In fact, when you have the policies of Ghana and you read it through, you know that they have some idea or they are very well versed in what they are talking. But practically, we are not included. And we have so many games in schools which everybody participates in, with the exception of the physically disabled child in the classroom. What are some of these benefits? Or somebody may ask, why do we want to have disabled sports? I personally, I am a great sports lady, and these are some of the things that we can get from disability or disabled sports, which is cognitively to build you physically, socially, emotionally. But nationally, we have sports which promotes peace, because when, for instance, African Cup of Nations, they meet to play their football. I'm sure everybody knows about Black Stars here. That is the greatest sports football club we have in Ghana. When they meet with other countries, we can imagine the togetherness. Why can't we meet to have the same sports with the physically disabled people in Ghana, with Ghana, with other countries? It promotes peace, improves development, and adds to Ghana's economy. Some existing disabled sports already. These ones are not new things in Ghana in the system of our sports. These games are played by disabled who are organized by NGOs, that is not by the government. NGOs have realized that they can make good use of us, and they have put us together to play games, to go outside Ghana to participate. But the irony of it now is when we go and participate and we win the cups, it is to the victory of the country, but not to the disabled NGO, as we know. So these are already in place. People are using us, but why not the government? These are some of the pictures. This was the 2006 World Cup, which was won by the Ghana Amputee Soccer Club, and it was by the NGOs. And the other one too, there are also ladies who are into football, wheelchair football. Yeah, resources available. Actually, when I started this work with my small village, I work in the Ghana Education Service, as I said. I discussed it with my director if we can have something small to make a mark. But the first question she asked me was, where are the disabled? And I realized my director hasn't seen us yet in the classrooms. Even as we have so many disabled scattered in all the schools, why don't we put them together and group them? Because Ghana has so many indoor games and outdoor games. And when it is sports day, it is a jubilation day for every student. Why can't we say this day is for the disabled, so that they also do something simple and we organize them and we celebrate their victories? So I realized we are there as disabled as a resource. Funds are given by the government to the education offices. The teachers are there because we don't need any extra training. We do it if they train us. The only thing we need is to mobilize or adapt the rules in the game. Because let's say volleyball, wheelchair volleyball, which I play, we adapted rules which suit us, and we play the game and enjoy it. And these are some of the resources available for the Ghana government to use. What I have concluded from my research is globally disabled sports have come to stay. We know them. Everybody knows in the world that there is something called sports for disabled. And there are resources for disabled people in Ghana. And available laws are there to promote disabled sports in Ghana. Available sports for disabled, we have seen that people have been doing. So finally, what is the rule, or what is preventing Ghana? Why are we not implementing this in our school system? These are some of the recommendations I have for my country. In fact, we have not finally or totally changed our attitude. Ghana hasn't changed the attitude towards the disabled. Ghana hasn't seen the profits, the benefits, things that the disabled can do to improve upon development in the country. So we have to change our attitude. Ghana must ensure that implementation, because when you read through all the laws, they pass the laws, it makes noise, and there is no implementation. And Ghana must adapt the rules for the disabled. We can also participate internationally when this is done, and with that, more benefits will come to the country as others are doing. Finally, I have some of my own pictures to show how I was involved in sports before. When I was picked by Denmark to participate in some program, and when I went back, I realized all my abilities, all my skills, all my talent are dead, because there is nothing to improve upon. Whom am I going to play the games with? Whom am I going to do the things with? So it peeves, it annoys, and it makes me sad. I was once a great sailor, a great swimmer, but now I don't even know if my legs can swim in the water again, because I don't really practice. There's nothing to help me around to do such practices. Thank you so much for your attention, and I would like to have some questions.
My question is, you mentioned that the director of your organization herself was asking, where are the disabled? It clearly says to me that there's a gap, a need for a challenge for her, as the director of the organization, to maybe get a better understanding of disability, and or as well maybe seek out where disabled are to be able to start working with them. That sounds like a huge gap from there to me.
Yeah, thank you. It's true, because she expects the disabled to be in one school, so that they will say this school is having disabled sport today. That is how she expected. But my idea too is we can pick the the single disabled we have in every school, because in our district we have 48 schools. So if we put the disabled in their groups, and when we go around the schools, we realize there are some of the children who hold crutches, and they are playing football with the able bodies. And some, they knock them down, but because they have the zeal, they are yearning to play it, they don't look at the pains they have. So if those people are brought together, and we group them and adapt the rules for them, they can also have their group or their sports on a special day. But it's never done in the life of the disabled child in the classroom. It's very sad. Thank you.
Are you a teacher?
Yes.
Have you done this presentation in Ghana to schools or to other groups?
Actually, I came here to develop the skill very well through Fiona. I wrote it on paper. I do write to the media, so I have some of my topics or my presentations in the media to bring out the idea. But I've never done a presentation like this before.
CNN hero.
So with the help of Fiona, we put things together, and I now have a full presentation.
Because it almost seems like developing the awareness is part of your challenge. Oh, yes.
What is the source of the disabilities? How many are birth? How much are from injury or conflict?
Yeah, in Ghana, most of our source is polio. Polio, yeah. And in the northern side, some got theirs because of the war around there, but the majority is polio. In the 1970s, our government time, at Champon time, the medicines were hoarded. And even as they gave it to us, for instance, mine was polio, that is my left leg. But the second leg was the strong leg for me. I fell when I was climbing to the classroom in the university. That's 2006, and my kneecap is shifted. I fell from the storyboard. So that made me have double crutches and double cane. But majority of the disabled in Ghana are polio affected. Yeah. But now there is so much awareness, and gradually, yeah, we don't have it as a serious case now.
Do you know what the percentage of the population is classified as disabled?
Yeah, that was 2007. We had a program, and they said 20% of people, of the children who are with people with disability were affected by polio. That was 2007. But now, I don't really know.
I heard that you said that you write about some of these things. I mean, what is the way you use to spread this information to others?
Actually, I have a very good friend that is about networking in the Ghana television. We call it GTV, Ghana Television. And at times, I go on air to present the issues on the TV. And at times, I write to the media too. And at times in our group, which is an NGO, Ghana Society of the Physically Disabled, we go to lobby the government when we realize that there are so many pressing issues which are not really attended to. So personally, I go to the media if that friend gives me the chance, because we don't have the money for the airtime. I yearn to have a program like every week, once on the TV station, so that Ghana will be so much aware of our issues.
Okay. The media, yes, and we know that a lot of times in our countries, the government is aside from the media. I mean, they look at it with a blind eye. In lobbying the government, what type of responses are you getting back from them?
I can assure you, you will never have any negative responses. When you go to them, they are always friendly. Some will even, because they are almost the government officials are in the top buildings, they will make sure they come to your level. We will talk amicably, everything perfect. And you think that tomorrow the change will be effected, and nothing is done. That is the process in which we are. Every day we go with our plight, we tell them we don't want pity, we want our rights. And this is the situation. If you help us this way, we will also be improved. But the fact is, they won't fight you. You will not even have any sense of not being fulfilled. The idea, the issue not being fulfilled. Yeah, you'll be so excited, being happy, and you leave tomorrow. So it's like every year we go for lobby. Every year we advocate. So some of us who have the chance to have those big men who are at the potential places, that is why we penetrate through them and go to the media or write to them. Because people write, but they never publish them. Yeah. But fortunately, my issues are published through that person that I have as a big friend.
Well, Sefakor, thank you so much for informing us about what's going on in your country, and I'm sure that you're going to learn a lot of things in the PIM program to help you bring this message back home.
Yeah.
Thank you.